Alright, so this video is about making NPCs matter in your tabletop role-playing games. Now, I've heard a lot of good suggestions over the years, and they vary from things like, well, take NPCs from your players' backstories. And that's a good way. You know, it's an inherent thing when you say, hey, this character is this person's lover or former lover or family member. And then you do horrible things to that character to draw this character into the adventure. Now, I've heard of other things too. Give them outstanding quirks. They talk with a lisp, or they play with their face a lot, or things like that. They have a limp, or maybe they use a saying over and over again. Maybe they have outstanding personality traits. They're over the top, outlandish. They have a defining feature. Maybe they wear an eye patch, or they always have a flower in their hair, or maybe they are bald, and various things like that. So all of those things I think are good ways to do that. I also have heard that you make that NPC that you just made, make them admire your adventurers. Make them despise your adventurers. Anytime you infuse emotion in that NPC and gear it towards a player, you're going to draw emotion out of those players. Whether it's, oh, this NPC, worships this player character for whatever reason. Hey, you saved me. I'm indebted to you for the rest of my life. Well, the annoying sidekick, much like the kid in The Incredibles in the very beginning, it draws an emotional response towards the player, especially when later on that kid got pushed aside. Now he's your big bad guy. Great way to do that in The Incredibles. Sorry for the spoiler, guys, if you haven't watched The Incredibles and planned on it. So there's various ways you can bring NPCs to life. Now, saving an NPC, that doesn't do much. It's when you save the NPC and the NPC gives them something great or offers something great, and you kind of stretch it out, give multiple points of contact. Now, typically, in my line of work, we're told it takes 8 points of contact with another person before you become the number one on their mind for my career. Okay, that's what we're told. 8 points of contact. So, and that's just to start out. Then you want to keep yourself fresh in their mind. NPCs are the same way. 1 point of contact with an NPC, not going to do much. It's when they repeat. Whether it's every time they walk into town, they're greeted by the same guard who has the eye patch, or and every time the amount of talking comes up a little bit. Maybe the first time they come across that guard NPC with the eye patch, he doesn't let them into the town, and is kind of grumpy. And he's grumpy the first few times, and he starts to warm up to the players through that time. And then by the time you get to the 8th time, they're buddies. They talk like they've known each other for years. So my advice for NPCs is watch this video a couple times. Because I think, all of the points I've heard over the years, I think they're all wonderful. I think using a combination and switching it up is a great way to do it. You don't always want to use the same tactic. You want to mix it up a little bit and keep it interesting, because the moment you're using the same tactic, it might not work. So try to have all of those things. So when you're prepping your NPCs, give them a quirk. Give them a personality trait. Give them some kind of defining feature. Now, maybe the defining feature is a scar on their back that the players will never see. These are things, though, that if somehow they present themselves, it's something that'll stick in their mind. So, be sure to do these things. And yeah, 8 points of contact. Try it, just once. As long as you've got those other things there, and you give your players 8 points of contact, whether it's saving the person, just constantly having a discussion when they're in a certain area. Maybe they run into the person in the wild over and over again, you know. 8 points of contact. Just try it. That's it. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share my video with all your friends, and if they're into RPGs, hopefully they'll watch and share it with their friends. So, that's it. I'm out. Peace.